Good Wednesday morning. Well, it's almost afternoon now, but we just had a big upgrade from the Storm Prediction Center. We need to go over that. Plus, we got to talk about the tropics as well. So hit that thumbs up, that like button, comment where you're from, and please share this with your friends and family. And also, if you have not subscribed, it is free on YouTube to get all the short-term weather content, live breaking weather, stuff like that. Hit subscribe, hit the all notifications, and you'll be notified every time we go live. So let's get into this severe weather. All right, first off, I want to talk about this because this is from poweroutage.us. Anybody can look this up. We still have 105,000 people without power in Oklahoma with all this hot weather coming in as well. Texas still 36,000. Louisiana, 36,000. Mississippi, about 11,000. We have power outages up here in Virginia as well, 21,000 people out of power up here. So keep this in mind as we have more severe weather going to happen back into Texas and Oklahoma today. All right, as usual, we start out with our current hazards map. You can see this huge, expansive, excessive heat warnings out for Texas with heat indexes, which is real field temperatures above 110 degrees. And then you have heat advisories surrounding that throughout most of southern New Mexico, through most of the rest of Texas, up here towards Tulsa as well. And then you have flash flood watches out here towards the southeast as they have been getting round after round after round after round of rain. There's an upper level low, basically cutoff low that's just sitting here, just churning and getting more rain and storms for this area. And we got flood watches out here towards eastern Colorado and far western Kansas as well. First, I'm going to look into Colorado and southeastern parts of Wyoming and southwestern parts of Nebraska. This area has been upgraded to enhanced risk for today, basically for a very large hail, of course, basically from Denver over towards Fort Morgan to Sterling, Greeley, over to Akron, over to Lyman, Colorado, and down to just east of Colorado Springs. So beware here. As the biggest threat will be very large hail in excess of 2 inches diameter, which is hen eggs. So hen eggs to possibly baseball size hail is possible across the front range of the Rockies here from, like I said, from Denver on east through the front range here, all the way down to right around Colorado Springs. Now let's get down to Oklahoma and Texas. Alrighty, so here we go again for western parts of Oklahoma, the Panhandle as well, over toward just east of Amarillo, down to Childress, Abilene, just west of Fort Worth. Enhanced risk. This is a new update from Storm Prediction Center as of 11:30 this morning on Wednesday, and then we have a slight risk all the way down to Austin to Waco, just really close to Dallas, up to Oklahoma City as well, Woodward, Oklahoma. So intense, severe thunderstorms is possible late this afternoon into this evening over parts of the central and southern plains where severe wind gusts, possibly 70 to 80 plus miles an hour, is going to happen yet again across parts of this area. Very large hail. We're probably talking up to baseball size hail again across this area, and a few tornadoes. Few tornadoes is possible across this area. But here's a tornado risk area right here. The green is 2% risk. With you can see a tornado, 2% chance of seeing a tornado within 25 miles of any given point across the green here. And you get up here towards this brown, basically from Guyman, Oklahoma, all the way to Childress. Got about a 5% chance of seeing a tornado within a 25-mile radius of any given point in this brown area here. Now, here's the bigger risk besides the hail, the wind. The wind is going to be very nasty. We could have another derecho type of event, possibly 70 to 80 plus miles an hour, maybe 90-mile-an-hour winds possible. Just depends on the evolution or the development of this storm, and it tracks down from basically Oklahoma, western Oklahoma, all the way through central Texas as we go through this evening. Okay, so very, very large or very destructive winds possible yet again across these same areas have been hit over and over these past 10 days or so across this area. Here's the hail risk, basically for the same areas: Abilene up towards Woodward, Oklahoma, Guymon, Childress, Wichita Falls. Big time hail, probably up to baseball size, yet again across this area. All right, here's the latest from the Weather Prediction Center here. So we got this is rainfall over the next 7 days. Lots of rain up here towards the northern plains, and then across the Front Range, and then this big swath coming through here. This is mostly tonight into tomorrow across Oklahoma in through Texas, 1 to 2 inches possible. Then the whole eastern seaboard from Florida all the way up towards Maine, 2 to 4 inches is possible, with locally 5 over the next 7 days. All right, this is the latest HRRR. As you can see, we have a nice little line actually coming through parts of Oklahoma at the moment. This is a depiction of 11 o'clock today, which is really good. And then this should die out across parts of Oklahoma. As you can see, this remnant upper level, this cutoff low out here towards the southeast, delivering a lot of scattered thunderstorms across the southeast. And then here's the storm initiation starts really get going around 6 o'clock Central Time across parts of the panhandle of Oklahoma through parts of Texas up here, and then some storms starting to develop out here towards the Front Range of the Rockies. And then these suckers look like they're going to start developing into some supercells here across parts of Texas into Oklahoma as we go to 6, 7 o'clock this evening. So this is where the tornado risk will be for this evening, along with very large hail, probably up to baseball size, maybe a little bit larger in some of these storms. Then this sucker is really going to start blowing out as we head towards Texas, as we go to 10 o'clock in the evening, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Nice little bowing of storms here across Texas. And then a lot of big storms across parts of Oklahoma as well. Now, there's going to be a lot of heat and humidity for these storms to feed off of. So I think the coverage may be a little bit more than this, because like I said, I think the HRRR is a little bit underdone across this area. So stay weather aware across this area. That's a look at the future radar, the latest future radar across this area. Alrighty, let's take a look at the tropics, because we have Tropical Storm Brett basically in the central Atlantic here, and then we have another disturbance right behind it. So this is the latest advisory as of 11 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time, basically. So maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour. Minimum pressure is down to 1,001 millibars, and the movement is west at 14 miles per hour. Now we have another system right behind it. This has a 70% chance of cyclone formation in the next 2 days, basically. So satellite images indicate that there is a broad area of low pressure located about midway between the west coast of Africa and the Lesser Antilles. Has become better organized overnight. Environmental conditions appear conducive for further development of the system, and a tropical depression will likely form during the next couple days. So the formation chance, like I said, through the next 48 hours is very high, 70% chance, and formation chance throughout the next 7 days is high at 80%. Now we have tropical storm watches and warnings down here for the islands, Lesser Antilles here. I think this has a chance. Now, the National Hurricane Center is not saying this, but I think it has a chance to hit a minimal hurricane before it hits these islands out here and before it gets into the Caribbean. Once it gets into the Caribbean here, there's going to be a lot more wind shear to deal with. It's going to kind of rip this sucker apart a little bit. So we'll see how this works out, but the latest track here has it slowed way down from before, so we will see what happens. But there's just a lot more drier air and wind shear out here towards the Caribbean, so this storm should not be long lived once it gets into the Caribbean. That is, but we will keep an eye on it. These things have a mind of its own. So we will see. But I do think it has a run to make us to have a minimal hurricane before it hits these islands out here towards the Lesser Antilles. All right, here is basically the spaghetti model plots here for Brett. A lot of them have a lot of these plots have most of it going basically due west into then slamming into parts of Central America. And then we have these few outliers that want to bring it north and then drag it northeast. Like I said, those are outliers as of right now. Now, with that system behind it, technically, it's called Invest 93L, but this has a great chance of getting into a tropical depression state over the next couple days. So here's a spaghetti model plot. Most of it has a west to northwest track before it finally throws it out towards the northwest. So we have a lot of time to watch this, but it could skirt in between the United States and Bermuda. My latest thinking right now, and then try to track north and northeast past there. But we will see. Like I said, these things have a mind of their own. It all depends on these little weaknesses that we have in the high pressure, so it'll drag this sucker north, northwest, and north. So we will see. But we have plenty of time to watch this. But if you're along the Gulf Coast, all the way towards eastern seaboard, you know what time it is, time of year it is. It's hurricane season, so you need to have those hurricane preparation plans in place. Have your preparation kits in place as well. So this is a time to plan and prepare for uh, tropical systems to strike possibly across the Gulf Coast into the east. Be ready, be prepared in case something comes this way. We have plenty of time, but the tropics are already starting active, like I figured it would. But I think by the time we get towards August, mid-August and beyond, I think El Nino is going to really start showing its teeth across the area and deliver a lot more wind shear and keep some of these tropical systems at bay. So we will see what happens here. But these are the two systems we are watching at the moment, and along with some significant severe weather possible again across Texas and Oklahoma today. So stay weather aware in those areas. And I appreciate you watching. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, hit all notifications, hit that thumbs up, and comment from where you're from. And we'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day and stay weather aware this evening.